There we go. Hello there. I'm here with Sandra, and Sandra came to our office. She's been a patient for a long time, but approached me about her general health. She had been having a lot of difficulties with her overall health and was really at a point in her health where she just couldn't get any better, couldn't lose any weight. You were very tired, right? And you had psoriasis on your hands and your feet.
Right.
You had an inability to lose weight. Your blood pressure was getting low. You had thyroid testing, but you really didn't have any thyroid problems. And you're then being treated. You mentioned to me just a minute ago that you're being treated for depression. You were given something. Tell me about that. Tell me.
Well, when I went to my medical doctor and told her that I'd become so lethargic and it's just so suddenly, I had no energy. I couldn't even iron a pair of pants without sitting down.
Right.
So she ran some blood work and she came back and said everything was pretty normal, that she thought maybe I had a serotonin problem, and and she was going to give me like an antidepressant with serotonin to try to lift me up. But I told her I was not depressed.
Life is pretty good otherwise.
Right, there was something not right with me.
Physically.
Physically.
You could tell there was
Right.
something physically wrong, but a drug, which was you were put on,
Right.
what was your reaction to that?
It caused other complications, almost, terrible dreams and hallucination, and I was almost talking to dead people. Truly, I know that sounds,
Well,
but that's the truth.
drugs do crazy things sometimes to people, but sometimes they have effects that are wonderful. But overall, you were in the drug therapy model and you were getting nowhere.
Right.
And then we talked about a functional medicine approach, and we discussed my approach, which begins with extensive testing,
Right.
which we then decided to do. And on our extensive testing, we found things that other people didn't find.
No one had ever tested before.
No one ever even tested in these directions before. And then we began to implement our very sophisticated natural health approach. Just because we're not using medicines doesn't mean they weren't sophisticated. Would you agree?
Oh, agreed, yes.
All right, so we began to do this, and within the very first month, you began to break through your weight loss barrier. And we just reviewed the notes. In the first month, you lost 5 pounds. In the second month, you lost another 5 pounds. By the third month, you had lost 15 pounds.
Right.
And then tell me about some of the other changes. You gave me your list just a minute ago. But we also identified why you might have psoriasis. And, there was a gut and intestinal overgrowth of yeast, which we now know has an effect of, it expresses itself as psoriasis. No one had ever tested you in that area before. We found this, we extinguished this with our protocols. And so tell me how you overall feel now and how this program has affected things.
You've saved my life, Dr. Bender.
Well, thank you.
I feel amazing. I have energy. I'm excited about life. My stress level is, I have stress, but I have better coping skills.
Do you understand why now?
I think it's because I've gotten rid of all the additives and the,
Well, we did some hormonal testing, didn't we?
right, yes.
We found some imbalances in your cortisol levels, you remember that?
And my
And how did we treat that? With a product, right?
Right,
We don't have to tell the world what the product is because they need to come find out.
that's right.
But the thing is, we did address your cortisol, which is your stress management hormone, and we balanced that, and you can feel that.
Yes,
Okay.
really.
So,
My psoriasis, I was sleeping in rubber booties at night because my feet would crack open and bleed.
wow,
And they're not completely healed, but they're not cracked. And there's areas that have completely healed. My hands, they're just very few
I remember
scales.
how,
But they were all down my knuckles, they were on the insides. Slowly but surely, it's going away.
So you feel like we've kind of got your health on a better track. We've brought health back to your body rather than treat your diseases.
Exactly.
And now we're on we have a game plan going forward, right? And do you feel positive about the future and where we're gonna go from here?
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, really, I do.
Got a lot more hope, huh?
I have hope, and I know that I can live healthy as long as there are just certain things that my body didn't like, you know.
Mhm.
The additives, the sweet and low, I had to give up.
Yeah, we identified a bunch of things that
Mhm.
the rest of the world thinks is okay and is just not okay anymore. So, you know, there's things you have to be aware of, pitfalls, I like to call them trapdoors,
Right.
where people step in them and they have issues that are created, physical problems, and these issues are just not addressed by the drug therapy model of healthcare that treats the symptoms and doesn't identify the sources and restore the normal function of your body, which is really the approach we took. But
And I
just,
watch the labels, I read every label of anything I eat, I
well,
try
you've
to.
learned now how
Yeah,
to.
right, exactly,
And
yeah.
so that's a wonderful piece of education that you're now empowered with,
Mhm.
that you'll be able to just take your own health into your own hands and make some good decisions and not create any problems in the future. So, hey, it's been my pleasure to work with you. You're just a model patient. You did everything you were asked to do, and it certainly is beginning to pay off, and hopefully your speaking on camera today is going to help other people understand what we do. So I appreciate you for doing that, and look forward to
I
it.
thank you. I mean, really.
Been my pleasure. All right.